Hello everyone, my name is Al, and welcome to another professional match of StarCraft 2. Today, I think I've got quite a nice one here. In the top right corner, our yellow Protoss player from Germany, we have ShoWTimE. In the opposite corner, our purple Terran player from South Korea, it's Maru. Now I realized that it's been a little while since I did any Maru games, and that's not okay. I mean, it's Maru that we're talking about. I need to do some more. So we'll have to see what he does in this matchup against a very strong Protoss player in ShoWTimE. ShoWTimE, at this point, he's actually, I feel like he's doing really well lately. He's playing some good StarCraft. At this stage, he's just searching for proxies. Maru, as much as he is known for his defensive capabilities, he's also been known to place some buildings on the other side of the map and proxy some barracks or things like this. So this time, at this stage, ShoWTimE just kind of looking for some of those proxies. Doesn't seem to find anything. I think he's going to be happy with this. Maru is actually not doing anything too major, just going for his barracks, the normal opener. So yeah, let's talk about the rankings of these players just a little bit. So Maru at this stage, Marine first, not going for the Reaper, and not going for an ACV Scout, so he's kind of going blind for this one. Yeah, we'll have to see how that works. But yeah, Maru is currently ranked number 2 in the world according to Ligelac. That's insane. He's just behind Cyril, which makes sense. But he's the rank 1 Terran in the world. And I think what makes him pretty scary is his Terran versus Protoss win rate in the matchup is 64%. I mean, that is quite a lot. It's not his best matchup. His best matchup is TVT. He's an absolute TVT monster. But the Protoss, against Protoss, he's up there. So we'll see what he does. Generally, Maru is kind of the standard of what Terran players should be doing. He's very, very good. On the other side, we've got ShoWTimE, who's got 5 probes and gas. See guys, even the best players in the world make mistakes, and that's okay. He does send them, he rallies them across. Stargate coming up here. I like this little sim city that ShoWTimE's got here. So these buildings, they're not just placed here by accident. This is all placed here so that the Reapers and Hellions, if there had to be a Hellion drop for instance on this side, they can't just come straight in to the mineral line. These buildings will be blocking it, which will give ShoWTimE enough time to prepare his own defenses. And he also leaves enough space here so that he can get his own units around. So nice little thing there if you are a Protoss player. The positioning of your buildings, super important. This stage, Adept just poking, double Widow Mines. So he's going to go for a couple of Widow Mine drops. Again, ShoWTimE, that'll be interesting to see. Hellions are out. 2 Adepts, loses 1. That's not ideal. It's really not ideal. The other one is going to run away for its life. I don't know if it's going to survive. Ooh, looking to get the Hellion. Gets the Hellion. Nice. Very nice. Okay, so a little bit of back and forth micro there. We do see the Phoenixes coming up, and that is a pretty solid counter against Widow Mine play, because Phoenixes obviously they can lift up mines. But this is going to hit nice and early, so he might not have as many as he needs. Although at this stage, Maru is just placing them around. So maybe he's seen? I wonder if he has seen. He hasn't seen the Stargate. Very interesting. Okay, so the Oracle does come in. It's just tagging. It tags the medevac. That's not ideal. And that means the Phoenix is going to be able to chase the medevac down. Alright, so this Widow Mine drop, this has been stopped before it even started. Gets tagged again. Yeah, Maru's just going to go back home. There's no point trying to force the issue here, especially since he knows that ShoWTimE knows exactly where everything is. Viking's going to come help out. Try to get rid of that. We have 2 Phoenixes at this stage and the Oracle. So ShoWTimE, good opener here, good start, avoiding all damage that could have been dealt. I mean, Widow Mine drops, they're pretty scary. Yeah, I think there's a little bit of downtime, so let's talk a little bit about ShoWTimE. ShoWTimE has been around for a very long time. At this stage, he is the rank 17 in the world. which you could say, oh, but that's so low. We see the Twilight coming up, by the way, and a Forge. But he is, in fact, the 4th Protoss in the world. And he's just behind MaxPax, Hero, and Neeb. And all 3 of those players are, they're in a good position. These Phoenixes, again, doing some good work. ShoWTimE is just on the ball in this game. He's not letting these medevacs get through. I mean, that's really good. He wants to be careful. Ooh. Maru's trying to get him to fly over the Widow Mines. He does see it. Viking's gonna come chase the Oracle down. Ooh, loses 1 Phoenix. It's not ideal, but it's also not terrible at this stage. hang on. What is this medevac doing? Is he just gonna fake it? That's nice and all, but doesn't help too much. Okay, so interesting little scuffle between these two in the early game. Yeah, this is one of the things that ShoWTimE is known for. He is known as such a defensively solid player. He doesn't let much get past him, and we can see that here. I mean, Maru's Widow Mine drops, and even if you look at players like Hero Marine, they get a lot of damage with their Widow Mine drops. Ooh, that one wasn't ideal. Oracle does fall as well. So, yeah, not perfect. Resources lost, very similar. But it's okay. Maru does scan the natural, he sees that everything, or he sees everything that is being built. But yeah, ShoWTimE pretty solid defensively against all of these types of shenanigans that Terrans like to do. So this is definitely going to be a bit of a longer game. Now, hint, I do know that because obviously I see the length of the game before I cast it. So yeah, we'll see what the late game armies of these two look like. That's a spoiler, by the way, if you didn't realize. Colossus on the way up, extended thermal lance, going for the normal robotics thing. I like the Colossus opening because Colossus just gives you a bit more constant damage. Eventually Protoss players will go into the disruptors, but yeah, look at this nice vision that ShoWTimE's got. He's got observers all over the place. He's got a couple of phoenixes roaming around. Yeah, he's got good map control. He's got the tower. He's got both towers actually. So just playing nice and safe. Templar archives are on the way. Maru is already getting ready for that with his Ghost Academy. So we're going to see the High Templars versus the Ghosts. I'm wondering if ShoWTimE is planning on actually getting High Templar, if he's just going to go into Archons. 2 at this stage. Okay, so he's starting off with some Archons. Archons obviously very nice, very tanky units. They're able to deal a lot of damage as well. Yeah, a little bit of a pusher going across here, just with the 1 Colossus. He's just going to try press a little bit, poke and prod, get a touch of damage done. This is not a army that's going to end the game. At the same time, he is also getting up his 4th base, so that's pretty good. Upgrades looking pretty solid. Only +1 armor. Interesting. And then obviously +1/+1 for Maru. +2/+2 is on the way. It's interesting that he went for the armor first, but fair enough. Observer sets up. Colossus is going to be used to get rid of the Widow Mines, and ShoWTimE's going to start moving around. He's got 2 Colossus ready. There is a big Terran army waiting. Those Zealots are going to be very nice just to tank some of the damage, and also they do deal a good amount of damage to the bio units, but just helps to protect those Colossus. Keeping his observer nice and forward, very good, just making sure that he knows exactly what's coming so he can get rid of those Widow Mines nice and early. Single Viking coming up at this stage. There's 3 Vikings. They're going to start working on the Colossus. Ooh, don't want to walk into tank range. But yeah, just a little bit of a press. Disruptors are on the way. Enhanced shockwaves also. Nice snipe on the observer there. Maru's going for his 4th base. So these players are just powering up. And he's not going for his 4th base anymore. Ghosts. Yeah, Maru loves his ghosts. He's throwing out, what is it, 2 at a time. Very good. He's also getting his +1 for his vehicle weapons, so that things like the tanks can hit that little bit harder. Rotation coming around here. Just trying to deal some damage on the third. Vikings coming in. EMP lands on the army. Should be relatively okay. At the same time, the Phoenixes are still hanging around here. And we see a couple of Zealots into the War Prism. So I'm assuming that ShoWTimE's going to go for a little bit of double-pronged harassment. But there's a bunch of missile turrets up already. He's going to try sneak it past. This is dangerous. I don't know if I like this. Now, Maru also just playing very safe here. Not ideal. ShoWTimE at this stage going for his 5th base already. That is a very nice and quick 5th base. He's actually up on bases here. This Zealot's still going ham. Okay, so the big push comes in here. The EMP does cause a bit of problems. Obviously things like Archons, they are made of only shields, so once you get rid of those shields with a couple of EMPs, they become a lot less useful. Maru, I think, is defending this well. The single Zealot, it's still going. It's having a great time. That's 8 workers down so far. This is actually doing quite a bit of damage. We're on 11 workers, and still, that single Zealot, how many kills does it have? If I can select it, 7 kills so far. Eventually, Maru's going to lift up and get rid of it. But that was the most valuable Zealot I think I've ever seen. That's 13 workers that have gone down. That's an interesting blink there. Okay, so the push comes in again. Tank gets lifted up. Disruptors being shot forward. The tank gets taken out. EMPs are very good though. It's a couple more workers going down. 17 workers in total. So this is some good damage. ShoWTimE playing a very solid game here against Maru. It's got him pinned up against the wall. Now the problem with Maru is that disruptors. Ooh, you don't want to move them forward, they're in danger. Okay, he uses the Stalkers just to give those Colossus time to get out. I think he needs to be a bit careful. The shields are a little low on this army. Warps in a ton of Zealots. He's also going for the Dark Shrine at the moment. So we'll see what he does with that one. And he keeps pushing into the same base. Now the nice thing is he's getting a lot of workers. That's 26 workers. Ooh, big disruptor hit there on the infantry. Massive disruptor hit. But anyway, like I was saying, the problem with Maru is that even if Maru is behind, and this is a saying with Maru, that just puts him even with you. Maru can so often come back from behind and pull off some amazing comebacks. So I wouldn't count him out by any stretch of the imagination. This is a lot of damage though. This is a lot of damage. It's scary damage. Disruptor trying to get a nice hit. It's out of position now. Okay, he's safe. And I mean, Maru sees this army because it's constantly in sensor tower range. But there's not too much he can do to defend against it at this point. Disruptors are getting some good hits. The Colossus are constantly dealing damage. I'm loving what ShoWTimE's putting out here. He's doing so well. He has got his 6th base up. Wait, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a 7-base Protoss against a 3.5 base. I mean, there is a second orbital on this side, so pushing in again. Disruptors coming through, trying to get a little bit more pickings. The Archons are low on their shields. They do get taken out. Maybe a bit of an overextension here. Maru is going to jump on this one. The Zealot reinforcements will help to push that back. And Maru does pick up and he moves on out. Yeah, ShoWTimE needs to be careful not to press the issue too far. At this stage, he is up in workers. He's got almost 100 workers. That's insane. He's just going to keep rinsing and repeating into this base. I do like it, but I am always scared of that slight overextension. Look, the Disruptors can do some good work if they get a decent hit. But we'll have to see. That's 3 more workers going down. I mean, this is some insane damage. Look here. 0 probes going down for 40 SCVs. That is as economical trading as you can get. ShoWTimE firmly in the driver's seat, going up to his 8th base against Maru. Maru is so on the back foot. He can't get up here because there's an Adept. He's got the CCs, but at this stage he's just trying to defend this position. which he's finding very difficult. Now, the efficiency of the Terran army is not to be mistaken. But at this stage, you know, he's doing pretty well. The Adept tries to go in here, gets blasted down by the planetary fortress. Once the upgrades are in, which it's +3 now, +2. A couple of zealots moving around here. They're going to be picked up by the reinforcements. ShoWTimE moving around to this base, trying to get some damage done on this side. The planetary does help. That is a very strong defensive structure. And we see a bunch of Dark Templar. Where are they warping? Oh, let me keep the focus on the battle here. A couple of good disrupt hits once again. Maru's actually up in supply, which is kind of scary. But that's to do with the army supply. The Vikings are going to chase this army back. This is dangerous. See what I was saying a second ago, but don't count Maru out. He just waits for the right engagement, and there he goes. We see a bunch of Dark Templar at the bottom. But yeah, this is Maru pressing heavily into this base now. The DTs are going to come in. The planetary fortress is there. SCV is going to try and repair. And yeah, they're going to be okay. This base is going to be under a lot of pressure now with the tanks. These DTs not able to do anything yet. And we're going to see the first workers fall. Right? For ShoWTimE. Dark Templar moving through here. The army is now just trying to go for a base trade. 23 probes going down. That's not ideal. The DT's going in here again with zealot support. SCVs are ready to repair. This is a serious base trade, yeah. I don't know how much I like this position anymore. I mean, Maru's army is pretty strong. A bunch of SCVs do fall again. That's 11 down. But yeah, in terms of the army efficiency, look at that. Terran is so much more efficient. That's more than 10,000 minerals and 4,000 gas that ShoWTimE has lost extra. ShoWTimE doing that very Zergy approach to this matchup. Pickup happening. That's just to ferry the units back home. So yeah, that was trading one base for essentially 3 bases. ShoWTimE is trying to retake them. This army is being attacked quite heavily. A lot of zealots in this army. The Liberator is helping to get rid of the stalkers. These zealots can't get too much done, so that's not ideal. Ooh, big EMP. That Liberator is still alive somehow. Disruptor going down, that's not ideal. This, if ShoWTimE can hold on to this base, it's a very nice base, but I don't think he's going to be able to. He's going to try. He is warping in a bunch more zealots. He's just lacking some of his splash. This army has lost all of its splash, and he's not making any more splash at this moment, which is not ideal. In terms of the upgrades, 3-3 is done for both players, so they're as high as they could be with those attack and armor upgrades. I am worried for ShoWTimE. He needs splash again. He needs to get something. Honestly, I think Tempest... no, Tempest, what am I saying? I'm thinking of Storm. I was thinking of High Templar with Storm, which is a Tempest. This base does go down again. The nice thing about this army is it is nice and quick. Getting rid of Widow Mines on this side. So now ShoWTimE... Okay, he's got a bunch of disruptors. That's good. I didn't see them on the production tab, but they do move in now. And that's another base that's going to go down. Oof. Tanks getting rid of those disruptors before they're able to get their disruption novas onto those tanks. Small push coming down on this right side, trying to put pressure on this base once again. Recall going to be used. That's going to push the Terran away. Some Colossus back on the production maybe. I can't say who's in front. The supply is very close. ShoWTimE has way more workers, so his economy is so much stronger. Oof, big disruptor. But this is Maru. And Maru is Maru. He's scary. Decent hit there again by the disruptor. But we're going to see a lot of probes going down. Yeah, that's 9 so far. At the same time, ShoWTimE is going to be pressing into this base, so it's going to be trading a base for a base once again. Maru gets rid of this one, and ShoWTimE does force this orbital to lift up. So I guess it's not really a 1-for-1 trade, but yeah, rinse and repeat. He goes in again with the Zealot army and the Zealot Stalkers. Gets rid of 7 more workers. Woo, that could be decent. Not bad splits, not bad. So ShoWTimE's army is split here between the base defense and this Zealot Stalker ball that has been harassing. This is very hard to predict what's going to be happening now. Both players are maxed out. Neither of them really have a bank. So, yeah. The thing that's scary is, yeah, ShoWTimE has more workers. But look at the army supply. 136 to 113. If Maru takes a good engagement, that's going to be absolutely a nightmare. And he's been taking very good engagements so far. The Liberator's going to help out a lot. They help to zone those disruptors. Ooh, this is a big fight. I think this is going in favor of Maru. Yeah, and this base is in big trouble. Now, it doesn't help that half of ShoWTimE's army is trying to roam the map, because they're trying to do damage on this side, which is great. But I think he needs to ball them up at this stage, because he is down in army. He can't afford to engage that Terran army without his the entirety of his own army. A couple of Zealots going to be dropped on the tanks. That's just going to make the tanks damage themselves. Ambitious warp in here in the natural. You've got to be careful with that. A bunch of Zealots. This could be a very nice engagement. It is a massive battle going on here with Terran reinforcements coming from the right side. Zealots all over the case. There are a bunch of Marauders. The Colossus is still having a great time. Not too many Vikings, and they actually get taken out now. Tanks are going to help reinforce. That's 13 workers down again. Maru's not even replacing them at this stage. He's just building more army. Whew. Couple of Archons. I would like to see High Templar. The Archons are good. Don't get me wrong. And there's only one ghost in this army. So maybe ShoWTimE does see that there's no ghosts. And he is very happy to make Archons again. Archons, such tanky units. They're very good against, well, siege tanks. But with the Liberators and the siege tanks, yeah, I don't like that one. ShoWTimE pushing in heavily into the natural. The Colossus busy focusing down on the supply depot. That's not ideal. Liberators are moving. Tanks are setting up again. I think this is a bit of an overextension. Not a big fan of this position, especially since there's not real damage that can be done here. Recall going to be used on the rest of this army. They do get out. And one Colossus is snuck away in the warp prison. Behind this, ShoWTimE has got a couple of bases up again. I love this. I love the mining here. This is actually supposed to be Maru's base. So mining that out, Maru does see it now, is good. Now that being said, Maru is taking what I suppose is technically, maybe not. But he is mining on this side, which means that ShoWTimE can't be mining here. I don't think it matters too much. ShoWTimE's not going to retake this base. He's just long distance mining at this stage. This is such a tight game. These two are playing so good against each other. Ooh. I think the Colossus eventually went down there. Armies moving around, trying to outwiggle each other a little bit. Yeah, I can't say who's in the lead. 3 ghosts again, 1 DT. In this army. Okay. So at this stage, Liberators are just going to be the key. Maru is reproducing the ghosts again. So I don't think you ever say no to having ghosts. You don't think like, yes, I think I should not have so many ghosts. No. You take all the ghosts you can get. They're good against all the Protoss units. Liberators are a little bit more effective than the Disruptors. They just help to zone. ShoWTimE really wants to push into the natural. I get scared. He's got 2 Disruptors building at a time. He's getting a bunch of Zealots, DT still. Don't know if he's just morphing them into Archons. Don't think so. Well, he's a bit tight on the gas, so he's probably using DTs to warp into Archons as opposed to the High Templar, because High Templar obviously cost a lot more gas. Terran is pushing into this Protoss base again. He's set up. ShoWTimE, I don't think he can defend it. He's just evacuated the... Ah, that's where the DTs are. Can they out DPS this? Yes, just barely. That is another base going down. 2 bases though going down here. Base trade again. This is just base trade after base trade. 26 ACVs fall down. Maru is down to 34 workers. A couple of probes do go down, but I don't think that's too much of an issue. So that's 2 bases traded for 2 bases once again. This Terran army is split up across the center of the map. EMPs do go down. Ooh. Supply counts in favor of ShoWTimE now. And we're at 25 minutes. We are going into the late game. The bases are starting to be mined out for both players. So yeah, the resources gathering. Oh, we see a fight again. Big disruptor. It's going down on this army. EMP is going down once again. It's a lot of disruptors in this army. Big marauder count. ShoWTimE is pushing this back again. Maru's supply is so low. That was an odd blink by ShoWTimE. A little bit of a misclick, I think, there. Oof. DT still causing a little bit of problems here in the bottom base. Okay, Maru's going to cancel this base and going to move in here again. The SCVs will be evacuated once again. 26 minutes into this game. ShoWTimE up in supply, still somehow down in army count. That is insane. Couple of DTs moving around, but yep, tanks are going to get rid of them. These 2 players are all over the map. I'm finding it hard to know where to look because they're just everywhere. There's a little bit of units moving here, there, and everywhere. ShoWTimE's army is moving all together. Maru's at this stage moving up and down. He has taken this base again. He needs the mining. Look at that low amount of mining that he's got. ShoWTimE is just, I think, taking this approach of more workers might be working out for ShoWTimE. He is going to be able to remax quicker than Maru. But Maru's army, I mean, look at the cost efficiency. 36,000 versus 57. Blink Stalkers onto the production. This is not ideal. As a Terran player, you do not want this position. Okay, he's not going to be engaging too deep, making sure he doesn't overextend. He can't lose this army. Although he's got a little bit more income, he doesn't have a bank, so he can't quite max out quite as quickly as he would want to. Taking these bases once again. Oh, this is a mad one. And they're a little bit in a stalemate here. You want to be careful of attacking into Maru. He has a lot of siege tanks. 7 siege tanks, 6 ghosts, a couple of mines. Now you stopped Widow mines, liberators again. Very interesting choices. Storm is finally coming up. The 28-minute size Storm research coming up for ShoWTimE. I think Storm is good in this situation. Storm is also, it's consistent damage. He's floating a little bit of gas, so I think that's a good idea. And just having more forms of splash, it's never bad. Single Widow mine drop happening here. There is a Templar that's probably going to be hit. Oops. This base is still being long distance mined. What a madness this is. Okay, so Maru has got a little bit more resources coming up. That's nice, but he has taken this base as well. But look at the resources. These bases are being mined out. And ShoWTimE has been mining more minerals overall. ShoWTimE pushing down into this base again. Yeah, and I believe that's going to be a bunch of workers going down once again. 15 workers. Maru on 21 workers with absolutely no economy. Now this is Maru, and you see what I was saying? He's had half the economy of ShoWTimE pretty much the entire game, and was sitting at a 30-minute game. Like, how do you kill Maru? How do you get rid of this absolute Terran powerhouse? Couple of good feedbacks going down there from the High Templar. Storm does come in. This army is going to be flanked. I think this is... Those tanks though. I was going to say I think this is a good position for ShoWTimE, but those tanks are just doing so much to protect the army. The flank would have been good if there was less tanks. Good Storm going down there. Maru just trying to get some damage on this base, and ShoWTimE is now going to pounce. Disruptors going down. Oh, that's all the tanks. Well, a lot of the tanks going down. The High Templar are not able to do too much. My mouse is going crazy. I'm getting so excited for this one. Ooh, that was a good engagement for Maru. Look at the supply counts. Bunch more warp-ins coming in. Oh, let me get the production tab on. Disruptors, yeah. Ooh. I keep thinking that ShoWTimE's got this, and then Maru just takes a fantastic engagement, and ShoWTimE stops scotting it. 30 minutes in, Maru's still not dead. He is on the attack, getting rid of another base. 13 probes going down. We do see 8 High Templar warping in. That's good. Whew. This has been a crazy one. I hope you're enjoying this. This is a really amazing macro game between these two players. These disruptors are going to go down. Not ideal. Going in for another base again. The Marauders are running forward, stimming into that army, trying to get rid of them. EMP goes down, and it's just Stalkers now, going back to the safety of their own bases. ShoWTimE's still ahead. He still has more workers. And Maru's army supply has dropped. Maru, what does he have? Mining. Oh, he's got so little. He's got so little mining going down. This is actually scary. This army pushed it on again. Good EMPs. Those EMPs have been amazing. Good splits there. Storms coming in. Yeah, that's what you want to be hitting. Good storms. The Ghost, they're going to try snipe the High Templar. Feedback's going off. One snipe. Running from the Disruptor. So few Terran units, and still so much damage being done. This base, I think, is going to be cancelled. Yep, there it is. Terran army pushing in once again. Maru, how does he do this? How does he stick this in? And it's not like he's just barely surviving. He's making this game very, very tight. Even though he's only got 26 workers, no real mining to speak of. And we're in a 32-minute game. I mean, I still can't really... I want to say ShoWTimE is going to win this. But Ghosts are pretty good. And the Disruptors, I mean, this is Maru. He can macro or micro against them for quite some time. Medevac flying in just to get a little bit of vision. I think we're going to see a good engagement here. Ooh, no. We are fine. Whew. Blinking on top of the tanks. That's good. Very good blink forward there. I think ShoWTimE did very well in that situation. A little bit of mining back at the original third base. Oh my goodness. Like, as ShoWTimE, what do you even harass? Because there's so little mining going on. I guess you can go in for this base once again, but with everything set up, yeah, you want to be careful. Ooh, big Disruptors. Couple of good hits there. Disruptors coming from two sides. On the tanks, that's big, gets rid of 2 tanks. Good storm going down. I think this could be the beginning of the end. Maybe? It's Maru, you never know. I do still think ShoWTimE is in a better position. The Disruptors are very good. Storm is helping a lot in this situation. At this stage, there's more medevacs than actual infantry units, I think. Good feedbacks on the Ghost. Yeah, the control on those High Templar has been absolutely stellar from ShoWTimE. EMP does go down, but it's less impactful now. Maru doesn't have much of an army. That's a tiny little army. Yeah. I think this is almost the end. I mean, most of the supply at this stage is caught up in medevacs. And that's not so useful. Maru microing his heart out in this game. Oof. I love that he's trying, but big storm comes down once again. Blinking forward, Zealot's gonna run in. The Ghosts are starting to fall, and I believe that Maru is going to have to GG out of this one. ShoWTimE, in an amazing match, finally breaks Maru. Whew. Only Maru can be that difficult. He was down in economy the entire game and pushed it to a 34-minute match. I really hope you enjoyed this one. I had a great time watching these two. This is a great game of StarCraft 2. If you did enjoy it, make sure to drop a like rating. I do appreciate all of the support. And if you want to see more StarCraft, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thank you once again, and I will see you in the next one.